AdventureBits!
This is James Heaney, and I'm gathered with Mike Mejia. He is the senior producer at Sledgehammer on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Say hello.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I have been completely surprised by the outcome on day 2 of the tournament this year.
Incredible, right? Just insane right now. Like, I just finished watching the match, and I was blown away by it.
Is this definitely the most surprises we've seen in any of the tournaments or even regionals? Like, we're watching Optic Gaming, who, if you asked me, and anybody that I had talked to, was set to win this weekend's championship. But they were taken out by a team that I didn't expect to even make it into this pool.
Yeah, it's actually great to see that level of competition, right? I think it's a testament to what the game is bringing, all the new mechanics, the EXO, all this stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising, but at the same time, it also shows you the level of competition that the other teams are at as well. And hats off to Optic; they've been doing great. Denial just did an amazing feat. So it's not over yet, right? So we still got a ways to go, and I think lower bracket's going to be insane. We got Envious down there, Optics down there, so it's going to be a great kind of just for entertainment perspective. That's going to be cool, right? Seeing them come from the bottom, maybe to the top, it's going to be awesome. And then seeing Denial, kind of like put the pressure as well on the other teams, but. Back to the mechanics thing, that's a testament to how the game has evolved. The level of competition has kind of been raised. All the new exo mechanics, the boost jump ability. We heard it from the players right before we were doing the road to COD Champs, where it's kind of changed up the way they play, and the tactics and strategy has kind of evolved from what we were, what they're used to, and that's great. It's great for fans when they're seeing it on the streams. It's great for the players, and it just kind of validates, what the team at Sledgehammer Games, what we did when we wanted to change up Call of Duty and the way you play.
Have you noticed, and I haven't been able to track it myself, but I'm wondering, did we lose a lot of the previous competitive, like, Major League gamers because they couldn't evolve along with the new EXO abilities?
I don't think so. I think, teams, just like in any other sports, they go in through the transition years, they go through a transition phase, and, you'll kind of see it with some players moving from other teams, and I don't think so. I think it's just, if anything, it's actually raised the amount of teams. More people are now playing. Esports in our culture of gaming is actually getting bigger, and that's great, not just for Call of Duty, but for esports and gamers, around the world. We're seeing it right now in America. Call of Duty, the leagues are huge. The teams, a lot of teams, and we're now starting to see the European teams are actually getting. There's more teams now, right? So I expect the future to hold more of that, right? And hopefully the scene grows bigger, and it's just great for developers. It's great for everyone,
Going forward, are we going to be expecting different movements like this to be in the future Call of Duties? Is this the standard for the future competitions and the championships?
I think this is a great example of how much we progressed as not just from a development standpoint of what the game brings to the competitive scene, but also for everyone involved, from casters to players to even community outlets and even media that's coming in and covering it. Like the other day I saw Forbes did a coverage on esports and Call of Duty, and that was great to see that, right? So it's getting bigger, it's getting more mainstream, a lot more eyes are being opened. I see it on the X Games,
And let's face it, we're also making Forbes a little bit more hip.
Exactly, and that's kind of cool. And just as I was going back and I was kind of saying this earlier to the guys, like. Back in the day, I think even for Modern Warfare 3, we had a tournament, and the guys were kind of like, wearing shorts and really casual. Now I see like Pucketti's wearing a nice suit, and Fwiz is up there, and it's very just, we've matured and we've grown up a lot, and I think people are starting to take notice, and it's just great for our industry, right? And I think that's important.
I think so too. It's time to take it to the next level because this industry is growing fast, and I think we need to take ourselves seriously.
Absolutely, I think we're showing it, and Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Championships 2015. It's kind of bringing that up a little bit more. Man, wouldn't it be cool to see Call of Duty or an esports competition on ESPN one day? Like,
I wouldn't say it's going to be cool. I would say it's just simply going to happen. There's nothing that's going to stop it now. It's burning too fast.
Yeah.
Well, going forward, this is a question that I have that's a little odd. We're noticing that the North American teams dominate so strong in the tournaments. What is there that we can do to level the playing field, or what is the cause?
Well, I think what's happening is, we have a lot of teams, in America that they just compete together and they practice with each other, and there's just a lot of teams. So in Europe, they have teams as well too, but that scene is also getting bigger, right? We're seeing that Gfinity and the Europe teams, the ESL, and all these other groups are starting to become much more prevalent in the scene. And we have a European team right now in the top tier bracket. That's great, right? So, I think as we continue to grow and we continue to move forward with the franchise and with technology, I think it's going to be great for a much more worldwide impact. And we're starting to see that. We're actually doing a lot of support for regionals this year. If you saw, we had a regional in Brazil. We had a regional in to think back almost 4 years ago, that was going to happen, probably would have been like, oh, you're crazy. But no, we're doing that. We're supporting our players and we're supporting fans across the world that really love the competitive scene. And I think they also have the eye that, this is going to be big for gaming if we can continue to support it.
Yeah, so by providing those regionals there, it's going to create more competition and it would grow like that. Yeah. Now, this is theoretical, but do you think that the technology is moving in a way that in the near future we could see gamers from the U.S. be able to go against gamers in Europe without too much latency?
Well, I think so. I think it's going to evolve, right? Every day, I'm seeing technology leaps, months and years. It's getting shorter and shorter, right? So changes are happening really fast, and I think eventually there's going to be a point where it's going to be great for everyone, right? And, outside of the regions too. So yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. But I think even right now, as the scene getting bigger, teams are just now starting to compete very well with each other. They're screaming very well. We have things like game battles that are set up and they're playing with each other. So yeah, as we grow, everything else is going to mature. Everything else is going to get better. And I mean, this is just a great example of how far we've come, right? And I'm super excited for the future.
Cool. I hope this isn't too much to ask, but who do you see winning the tournament this weekend? You don't have to say,
right.
But I'm trying to put you on the spot here.
Put me on the spot, but I was actually, I love to see Optic play. They're just the way they're playing right now. Krim is killing it. Nate is doing great. So just watching them play is exciting. And I think it's one of the big things too, as part of this competitive sport nature that we're doing for gaming. It's also got to be entertaining. And watching those guys play is pretty damn entertaining. So looking forward to see them climb back up. NVS as well too. And I don't know, man. Just watching this Denial match right now, I'm kind of excited about that. So that's kind of right now the top three. I would put a top four in there that I would want to see potentially in the finals. Ware Gaming, European team. So that would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for those guys as well too. Cool. Definitely much more.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Mike. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Have a great weekend.
Later, guys.
AdventureBits.